Hey, fat fish heads! It's time for another edition of the hottest new podcast on all platforms, Fat Fish. Sit back and strap yourself in for the wildest ride on the open seas. Now, flap your fins for the fabulous Fat Fish brothers, Eric Fish Snyder and Brad Grunny Grunberg, a.k.a. Snacks.
How you doing?
Good. 91.
Unbelievable. Can you imagine we've done this 91 times? Wow.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
It's great, man. It's great. I think we're gelling more than we've ever gelled. What do you think?
Well, we know each other's moves. You know,
You're supposed to say yes.
I'm supposed to say yes, but I'm trying. See, there's a 1-2 second delay when I talk to you, Todd, so I'm trying to not talk over you. So I'll stop and do this. Your turn. Hey, by the way, Charlie Sheen called. He wants his shirt back.
Oh, you like that?
Look at that. I got my bowling shirt on for you, buddy.
2.5 men. I bought this shirt. Yeah. It's a little tight, but you know, everything's tight on me.
What's that? Just a regular like shirt? Is that
it's just a cheap t-shirt.
Right.
I went down a size. I was 5XL because we're fully transparent. Now I'm 4XL. That's good, right?
Well, fuck yeah! Oh, love. That's we're gonna bring JB.
Not my underwear.
Oh Jesus! What's in there? Wow. You ever go online and do shopping? You go like Amazon, or you just go to stores?
Yeah. Oh yeah. For my mom and dad. By the way, how do I look? I comb my hair. And by the way, for our viewers and listeners, right after this, I'm taking my dad for a shave and a haircut. Same here. This is all gone for 2025.
Yeah. Well, that you just segued into something. This is going to be our New Year's show, obviously. So we could only wish, and I speak for our guests coming up. I speak for Brad that we all wish you. Brad always says your health is your wealth. Well, let's hope your health is your wealth, prosperity, good fortune, and safetiness in 2025.
Amen.
Right. Introduce our guy coming on.
One of the good guys in life, one of the good guys in Vegas, one of the good guys in sports handicapping. How about a nice hand we call him JB. Let's do this.
Yeah.
There he is.
There he is. What's up, JB?
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, fellas. I'm ready to kick this off and get it rolling.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. JB, for a 25, we got to get you those shirts. The Philly Sang.
For sure. Let's do it.
We got to get him this. That.
Yeah.
Oh,
shirt.
Wait, I thought I didn't give you. I'll get you a hat.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, man, we got to do that.
How's it going, Brad?
I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there. Looking forward to 2025.
Looking good, brother.
How's your beautiful wife?
She's fine. She's resting right now. We just got rid of not got rid of, but all the people that came to the house for the holiday.
You got rid of
them, trust me.
So everybody's gone, but we'll have more guests for the new year. Uncle Larry is coming, Fish.
Uncle Larry, I love that guy. Now Uncle Larry.
I know Uncle Larry, phenomenal. Yeah.
Oh, no.
He corners me in the bar one night and he goes, "Fish, let me ask something, man. If you're a Raider fan, who was the quarterback of the Raiders back in 1974? Kenny Stabler. Come here, motherfucker, give me a hug." Those dudes, who are the wide receivers? And I said, well, Cliff Branch and Fred Bilenkoff. Give me another hug. So Larry's a character, man. Wow. Yeah, he could have hung. He was hanging out with Isaac Hayes and Barry White back in the day. Trust me.
Yeah.
I want to party with Uncle Larry.
You will.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we have JB on because we're gonna play a game little later on between the three of us about who you would be with. But before we get to that, I printed out because I was shocked at the NBA standings because we're getting close to the halfway point. Cleveland's 26-4 in the East, Brad and JB, and the Oklahoma City Thunder is 24-5. Okay, there a couple of stats. The Golden State Warriors had an 8-1 start. They're 15-14, and the Philadelphia 76ers are 7-3 in their last 10 games. Is there any trends here you guys see, both of you, since you know the NBA better than I do? And what can we look forward to in the second half of the season?
Yeah, just from my knowledge, and I watch a lot of NBA, so it's like some of the teams that's up there now in first place, say like Cleveland, Oklahoma City. I think they'll be around 1 or 2. No. I think they'll be between 1, 2, and 3. Cleveland, I think, possibly can get caught by Boston. But there's a lot of teams that started slow because of injuries. And to me, as far as my team is concerned, Philadelphia 76ers, we started slow because of injuries. But like you said, last 7 out of 10, we've won. So we're making that push, and we're getting on the road this week, and we start up a 5-game road series. Actually, we started up a 6-game road series. We started in Boston on the other day, and we beat Boston in Boston. So I'm excited about that, and the teams that we got coming up. I think they're all winnable games. That we may, lose 1 or 2, but I think we're getting in line to get back on track and to push our way up the mountain to get back up to at least probably like 3rd seed in the East. So yeah. It'll be some teams that started slow that'll finish a lot better, and I think
Do you think the Lakers or Golden State will be there? Do you think the Lakers or Golden State will be there?
Lakers is a up and down team. Golden State is an up and down team at this point because like Eric said, Golden State started 8-1, and we thought that they about to run away with this Pacific Division. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And Lakers started off pretty hot as well, but they came back down to earth a little bit too. I think Anthony Davis got injured in a game against the Warriors the other day.
Yes, he did.
So that's going to be a bit of a problem because you don't have that big man and solidify that middle. Block shots.
Yeah.
Have people come down the middle. You don't have that big body there. So.
Right.
Yeah, but we'll see.
I got a question not pertaining to the NBA or NFL. First of all, does Eric look like an Eric to you?
He definitely looks like an Eric to me.
You really? I don't think he does. I call him Fish, but I don't know if he's an Eric. I don't know, man. I just don't. And yeah,
he's
the
got
NBA
7% black in him, so he looks like an Eric to me.
All right. I like that.
Now you're talking. Jump in on the any Brad on the Warriors, since you follow them religiously. They did get off to that great start. You talked to Steve Kerr. Is it injuries or is it just coming back to the pack that they're going through right now?
Well, I'm glad that we got a little bit of a break here because Steph's tired. He's 35 years old. And you can't rely on him. They got a great bench, and listen. And the movie On Any Given Sunday, anybody can beat anybody. It just depends. These guys, you don't know what happens behind the curtain. They have some issues with their family. They have, this and that, and it shows up on the court. It really does. I've talked to some people in the know, and I don't want to divulge any information, but things happen in life. Like Wiggy, his father was sick last season. Horrible. One of the greats. And, that takes a lot out when a family member gets sick, right? That's a lot to do. And you don't know what's going on. Remember, Wiggy, he took some time off from the team.
Yeah.
So, it's just, Andrew Wiggins, everybody. But, it's going to be an interesting second half. It's going to be fun. And can't wait for it.
Can I ask you both a question? Charles Barkley, who we both love. Brad and I talked about him on every podcast. Had a great, and you and I talked about it in the bar, I think, the other night, JB. He had a great way to fix the NBA because the ratings are so bad right now. Okay, they're 32%. LeBron made a comment the other day. I don't care about it. The NBA owns Christmas Day. No, it doesn't. Netflix got 65 million. You got 4.2 million for your game. It used to. That being said, Do you both agree, and I do, that Charles Barkley said the NBA should start on Christmas Day and go through the summer?
I
Yeah.
love it. I do.
Yeah.
It's a
I
smart
mean,
move.
it takes so long. I mean, for the NBA season to come in, and then you get that. You get baseball, you get other things that's going on. I love basketball that's going on while football is going on, because you only have football once a week, a game once a week, and you
Right.
may have a Thursday night game, or have a Monday night game, but you get less football than you have a NBA game. So to start after Christmas and run through the summer, that would be awesome.
And don't you guys agree this inner tournament is ridiculous? I don't understand it. Terrible. The different colors of the court and all that. Listen, let's go back to tradition, right? It starts and ends. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
I think you see better basketball.
Talking about the floor colors, there's sometimes when I'm watching the games for the NBA Cup games, it's like hard to track the basketball with some of those floor colors. It's like, who thought of this? This is crazy. Or maybe they should go back to what LeBron was talking about the other day. So, like, they have the Christmas uniforms or something like that, or guys who play on Christmas Day, they have a special uniform for that day or something like that. But the NBA Cup, I think it needs to go away. Yeah.
By the way, Fish, I want to ask you a question. I think you should tell our audience listening and viewing. I think I need you're right, Chunky Love, about Aaron Rodgers. Give it to me, baby. Come on now, Fish. Give it to me. Am I right about Aaron Rodgers?
Well, we had a big argument last week. I try to tell him, and JB knows this and agrees with me. Look at Tom Brady's stats as he could still play. Aaron Rodgers has 15. Hang on. No, Aaron Rodgers has 15 touchdowns and 1 pick. Do I think he's done? Yeah. Our argument was, you think guys should walk away from the game. LeBron James is at the top of his game right now. He's 40 years old. You just don't walk away because you're older. I'm sorry. That means you're 55 years old. Don't act anymore.
But you're paying him so much money. Johnson, who owns the Jets? Johnson, right?
Woody Johnson.
Yeah, but
look at Dak Prescott's
making. He's never going to win. He's got a big mouth. He's over. Okay, he's a narcissist. Look at me. You're done, Aaron. Goodbye. Let somebody else take your spot. There's somebody.
Is he a better quarterback than I am? Yes.
I'm going back to the legend Al Davis. Just win, baby. Who cares about?
I know you're right. They stink.
Am I right, JB? Am I right?
You're right.
Yeah, but you know what I think? I said if Aaron Rodgers was playing for the Raiders, I think the Raiders would have been. They would have won a lot more games this year, because it's just it. The mystique of Aaron Rodgers. He talk a little bit too much. I get that part and things like that, but he's still in the right situation. And it was always with Tom Brady. He was always in the right situation. He was in New England. It was the right situation for him. He went to Tampa. It was the right situation. Now that he's with the Raiders, and he's going to help them do some things. The Raiders do some things in the coming years, so they'll get that get the Raiders back on track. So
I don't want Aaron Rodgers.
You don't want Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. I want him. I want Stabler again.
Oh man, the snake! I love the snake when he had a little cigarette after the game.
During the game.
That's right. During
the game, it was there playing Cleveland in 74, and he's standing on the sideline with a Coors in one hand, JB knows, and a cigarette in the other. Can you imagine nowadays, Brad? They showed a guy on the sideline doing that. They crucify him.
Exactly.
Well, last I looked, guys, cigarettes and alcohol weren't illegal. So, but whole different culture right now. Get it on football.
Little kids are watching. They love their heroes. They start smoking and drinking. That's not good.
Look at you. Well, you started when you were 12, so let them start. Hey, getting the football right now, it's pretty anticlimactic. I think a lot of seeds could be locked up this weekend. The Chiefs are locked up the number 1 seed. Let's go to the Philadelphia Eagles, because you're the Eagles aficionado. It just came out. Nick Sirianni said that Kenny Pickett's going to start this weekend, that Jalen Hurts cannot pass concussion protocol. They need this win against Dallas. I know you're going to say they're going to win, but I bet you Dallas gives them a game.
Yeah, I mean they'll try to do what Washington did to us in the second half is stack the box, put 8 guys in the box and try to stop the run. But you still see what that did. Saquon still ran for 150 yards against
Nice.
Washington. So they can stack the box if they want to. Now this is a little bit different because we were on the road last week. So we're at home this week. So it's going to be a little different dynamic there. So Kenny Pickett hasn't started for the Eagles all year, so he's going to be starting in front of family, friends coming out to see him. So it may be a different dynamic, but I mean, I think it'll be a close game. Long as he don't make any turnovers, I think it'll be a close game. Saquon will run crazy on them regardless until they figure out, if they want to stack the box or not, and then he'll try to get passes to AJ and Devontae out, 10 yards, 15 yards. He doesn't throw the deep ball really well. So, I mean, but we'll cut him as many times as we need to with those guys for 10, 15 yards. So I think Philly is in perfect condition to win the division this week against Dallas, but it's not going to be easy, but I think we'll get it done.
Can I ask a question to Brad and both of you? Besides Kansas City and Buffalo
Mhm.
and the Philadelphia Eagles and Detroit Lions, is there a team that you think is scary going into the playoffs? I'll go first. Brad has family that works for this. I think the Rams right now that have won 8 out of 9, they're going to host the playoff game. They're going to win that division. I wouldn't want to play the Rams in round 1. Would you guys?
Not me.
No.
Yeah, they're
I'm
jealous.
scared of teams like Tampa, getting in with those guys. So yeah,
What do you think? Can Kansas City do a three-peat? Can they do it? I don't. You think so? It's going
I
to be.
mean,
I think it's either going to be.
They just beat the crap out of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they had 7 starters. Chris Jones didn't play. 7
yeah,
starters out.
Yeah.
I mean, and everyone says they get all the calls, and I agree with that, but they didn't get any calls on Christmas Day, and they're just finding. They have the best coach in football, one of them, and he's the best quarterback. That's all you need.
yeah.
Well, I think I'm with. I love Philly, but I just have a sinking feeling that it's going to be Buffalo or Detroit to win it all. I just have a feeling. Buffalo, they got the jinx, right? 4 in a row they lost. They've been right
Mhm.
there. But there's something different about this year, I think. I don't know. What do you think, JB?
Um, I think Detroit can be had because of their defense. So it's like if you can run the ball on him, run the ball on Detroit and limit the amount of times that they get the ball, and that would have to be with the running team. They're one of their best running backs is down. The defense is kind of tore up. So if you can run the ball against Detroit, I think you have a chance. If the NFC Championship is in Detroit, you still have a chance. If it was otherwise, if it was in Philly, if it was in, I mean, we forgetting about Minnesota too. That team is like they're right there. So it's like everybody forgetting about them. But yeah, I think on the AFC side, Buffalo's the only team that beat Kansas City this year. So
Right.
why not them? Why
I think
not?
a lot of luck has to do it, don't you think, guys? A lot of luck.
In anything.
Injury, everything. Yeah, luck has a
I
lot.
mean, and then you have the Ravens too. So I
Oh,
mean, you have Baltimore there, and they just made Houston look like a college team or something, a bad
Yeah.
college
Oh,
team. Scoring 2 points in the NFL game, that's unheard of.
yeah. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. 25, baby.
Yeah.
What do you guys forecast for 25 as far as your sports? Are you going to watch more sports? I mean, for me and JB, that's what we do. Brad at least has a life, JB and I are junkie sports fans. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna meet JB in the bar at Chuck's Tavern and watch UFL games, the Spring League.
Oh yeah.
Brad,
for
is there any
sure.
sports? Are you looking forward to baseball more than you did because of the Dodgers, Brad? What are you looking forward to in 2025
Yeah, I
sports
mean the
wise?
Dodgers they're a different team now. They really stacked the deck. They got great pitching. They up the up their personnel. I mean, gosh, it's just fantastic. I mean, last year with Freddie Freeman and against the Yankees, the almighty Yankees, baby. You know who's I mean, he's underrated. The manager. He's Dodger man. He is just so good.
Mike Roberts.
Yeah,
Dave Roberts.
Dave Roberts. I'm
The
sorry.
mound, and then the reliever said, "I got some more in the tank, boss. Give it to me." He turned right around and went back to the dugout, and he closed it out. That was, I mean, right? You wanted him to take him out for another pitcher, right? Thought he ran out of gas, but he didn't. He knew, and Dave Roberts just knows baseball. He's an amazing guy in life and an amazing guy in baseball. So, kind of like Fish. Who told you?
I'm looking forward to in 2025? They're going to start. JB, I want your take on this too. They're going to start televising something that Brad and I watched a lot and probably went to at UCLA. They're going to start televising more track and field contests. I love that. You remember the colleges, USC against Oklahoma, and all the events, the decathlon, the sprints. It's so popular in the Olympics, and then you lose it. They don't show it anymore. Yeah. You guys good on that?
Yeah, I'm definitely good on track and field. My wife loves it. She used to run track in high school and college, so it's like she would definitely be on board with that. But it's just like you said, it's like you see it in the Olympics, unless you go to YouTube and look for a certain person or whatever the case is, you're not going to find track and field on normal TV to where you can just turn to NBC, ABC, CBS and just find this stuff.
Yeah.
You have to go search for it. So, yeah, but I'm on board with it because back in the day in the 80s, you used to get this stuff where you could, they would have that stuff on TV, and then all of a sudden it went away and you had your major sports on TV. So, yeah.
You know what I love about the Olympics? It's one moment in time. You train for 4 years every day, and then you're in the 100. This is it, right? And it's you come out of the blocks, you slip a little, whatever happens, you got to be on your game. It's like auditioning for a part. When you go for the call back, but we all do self-tape now, but they're starting to let people in the room. It's that when you step on your mark, that's it right there. If you had a bad day, if you didn't get enough sleep, if I didn't get enough, In-N-Out burgers, my performance will show that. But I just love the Olympics. Just the backstories, about some of these athletes. It's incredible. And it's got to be year round, or it's definitely in the spring in the college ranks and all the meets they have. I just love it. Just like
I think as they get closer to the Olympics too, that the people that's going to be vying for certain medals and things like that those type of events should be more on TV. Those should be more televised. So, if it for people that don't really follow Olympics, they'll be able to follow, in this competition, this guy, this girl is going to be in this competition. At least you'll be able to follow it a little better versus just turning it on and seeing, just, okay, that person is from USA. I'm rooting for this guy or whatever. And they might not be that good, but it's like, if you made it to the Olympics, obviously you're that good. So, but
yeah. What about you and your podcast, JB? Where's your podcast, the Philly thing?
I need to get it going, man.
Come on, man.
I need to get it going.
We want to be on your podcast.
Maybe you and I. Maybe I'll leave Fish. You and I'll hang out. That'd be good,
I think you're gonna lose that battle. I think he's the Fish, JB. Yeah, you lose that one. You both stay with me. When Brad and I get into a studio, JB, and we do this, the three of us, and the thing. Could you imagine the food that's going to be on our set? What we'll demand? Fuck that. Hey, Brad, we have enough money. Hey, Wolfgang Puck, get over here. F you. Gordon Ramsay, get over here. Cook us something.
When you get those reels of all the best restaurants in Vegas. Oh my God, there's so many.
Yeah.
Fantastic! It's incredible food. Incredible people beside Fish.
We've been to so many different places.
Chuck's Tavern is the best restaurant. Okay, the food is outstanding.
Yeah.
Bartender not so good, but all the other bartenders at Chuck's are fantastic. There we go.
Yeah.
The owners, I'm
Keep
shouting
talking.
you
We
out.
can't
It's
see
so
it.
good. So good. So good. Ah,
The
people,
food is great there. The food
Yes.
is great there.
It's,
the
And they make
bartenders.
it how you want it. They make it how you want it. So that's the good part about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
They have great
We
cooks
got to
there as
find a
well.
dry rub
So,
on that lemon pepper for you. But you can
yeah.
catch the Fat Fish podcast on Facebook Live, YouTube, TV. He knows it. Inside joke. Roku, Podbean for our listeners. Thank you, listeners. You're helping us out. Check out clips
Thank
of
you.
Fat Fish on TikTok at Fish6134. And thanks to the aforementioned Shucks Tavern and Johnny Cocktails Entertainment. What we say on this show does not reflect any opinions of those establishments. Guys, I want to switch up a little bit. I want to play a game with you guys. Let me get to
Yep.
my my things here, and let me see here. Let me go. Here we go. Okay, the first game is going to be if you guys can go clubbing one night and end up at the Playboy Mansion, and then go back to this person's penthouse suite and hang out. I don't care if there's any frolicking going on, but just bullshitting, laughing.
What does
You got
frolicking
three.
mean?
Who knows? Well, me and JB, we're married. We can't really frolic, but you could, Brad. You could be the wingman. You could be the chunky love of the three. The three of us have a chance, okay, to be
There
with one
might
of
be
these
a
people.
there might be a wedding in 2025. I might be marrying your sister, Jamie.
Well, then your bachelor party would consist of what I'm going to say right now. The three of us
Okay.
could hang out with one of these three guys for a weekend, clubbing, watching sports, hanging out in the suite, partying. Here's your three. Now, don't wait. Let me give you the three contestants. One is this guy, Kevin Hart. Okay. I think Brad knows him. One is this guy, Eddie Murphy.
All right.
Okay. And one is this guy, Jamie Foxx. Brad, you go first. I'll go last.
I love Eddie Murphy, but he's older now. I love Kevin Hart's my man. That's all. Me and Kevin Hart ride the town, roll with it, baby, and I'll be his bodyguard. But he's my man, Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to second that because it's that Philly connection there first.
That's
Kevin
right.
Hart. So I love Jamie Foxx. I love Eddie Murphy, but the person I wanted to hang out with because I've seen this guy so lit before after the Super Bowl and trying to get on stage at the Super Bowl after the Eagles won in 2017. So I would love to party with that dude. I would love to party with
How about you, Fish?
Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx.
Oh,
Any given Sunday.
he's
Django
great.
Unchained. I just saw a special on Netflix, and I never knew he could sing. I'm talking to
Yeah.
his wife about it. To Shauna, she goes, "You never heard his albums?" And it's
Yeah.
funny. He does, Brad. I know you do imitations. He does an imitation of Donald Trump that if you close your eyes, it's Trump
Right on.
talking.
It's spot
And
on.
and he's got a story about having a stroke, and he's just, and look all the women he's dated. Now he's with Cameron Diaz. He said no more white women. He dumped Katie Holmes and went to a more whiter woman. No offense, supposedly. But all three. You can't lose with all three.
Yeah.
Brad, you being the actor, could you imagine hanging out with Murphy and talking about what was it being on the set of 48 Hours or Beverly Hills Cop?
I have a show called it's a comedy reality show where we follow around an open micer, a middle, and a headliner, and then during the show we have a comedy roundtable. Eddie Murphy, Jamie Foxx, all these guys. Then Howie Mandel. They talk about their heroes. Like Eddie Murphy will talk about Red Fox, right? His name will be right. Or Jamie Foxx will talk about Don Rickles. They're guys who came before these guys. And I have my favorite of all time. I mentioned it many times. Don Rickles is my hero. Absolutely, because that's what I do. I cut down everybody. And he told me, he said, Brad, if you cut down people, you love them. If you say nothing, you want nothing to do with them.
And many of these guys that you mentioned, Brad, they were super talented. They could do more than one thing. They could do skits. They could make you laugh. They could sing. They could dance. They could do a lot of these things. And that's what Jamie Foxx kind of reminds me of because he can do everything. He can sing. He can make you laugh. He can make you cry. He can do all of that. He can act. He can do all of these things. Yeah.
He was Ray Charles, and he sang, and he said, "Jesus!" And did he win the Academy Award for that, Brad? Didn't he?
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yes, he
Ray.
did. Fantastic. Yeah.
All right. The next three coming up, we have 2 sets of 3. The next 3 is you're going to go back in history, and you get a chance to sit with these 3 guys for 4 days and talk to them about what they think the future is, or tell them, hey, you did this at this time, and here's where we're at now. You're going to go back in time. Here's your 3 people, and I got mine. Okay. You're gonna go back and talk to this guy, George Washington, Franklin Delano Roosevelt,
legend,
FDR, 4 terms, John F. Kennedy, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, famous line: "Don't ask what your country could do for you, ask what you could do for your country." Who do you got, JB? You go first. Brad, I'll go last.
For me, it's kind of a toss-up between FDR and JFK because of what, when we went through Pearl Harbor and things of that nature. So it's like you guys can do certain things, and this guy was in a wheelchair at one point, you know what I'm saying, and he was still a president, and he was still doing things. So it's like, yeah, I got much respect for that guy. Then it comes to JFK. He was the president during a time, of civil rights and stuff like that. And he got knocked down for it. So I totally respect that. So mine will be a toss-up between FDR and JFK to me.
Oh, yeah, I want to party with George Washington, because him and I forget about it in Vegas. But no, I think it's JFK for me. I much respect, and he was taken out way too soon, and hopefully one day we'll find out the real truth. It wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald. We know that. I mean, sad. It's just horrible. And then his brother, I just don't understand it. I mean, God, after what happened to JFK, don't you think they put extra security around Robert F. Kennedy? And that's where I had my prom, at the Ambassador Hotel. And I walked to the kitchen, and they wouldn't let us in, but I saw the door, and I go, oh, gosh, wow. Yeah, where's the Secret Service? Rosie Greer was the Secret Service,
Yeah.
He grabbed Sirhan, so it's just horrible, man.
Yeah.
I mean, even Donald Trump, that's wrong. And that the Guido guy, whatever the fuck that idiot's name is,
Luigi Mangione,
Guido, whatever the fuck. He's one of the gas chamber, probably. Just horrible.
My turn. I'll go through all 3. George Washington, I got problems with him. He's like, look, he founded our country, he beat the British, but I always thought this, and it's going to sound, he could have, when we got our country and got independence, he could have stopped slavery right there. Didn't.
Yep.
And it went another 100 years. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the Depression, World War II, phenomenal. But I want to party with JFK because Marilyn Monroe in the Lincoln bedroom, you know how many women he slept with? I'm not condoning cheating, because I don't. But my God, I once asked Brad in a podcast, how many presidents do you think cheat on their wives? And I can tell you 2 that didn't. Harry Truman and Jimmy Carter. The rest are all up to Clinton.
No, and Obama.
And Obama,
Michelle would kill him.
Yeah.
Michelle would kill him.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah.
Barack, no.
Beautiful wife. He doesn't need to. Trust me.
Yeah.
All right, here's the third one, guys.
You forgot one guy who I would take, Abraham Lincoln. That's the guy. He changed the world. I like him a lot.
You think? I got one more. You think? And this is probably going to be a funny one. You think Joe Biden cheated on his wife? No, I don't think he ever cheated on his wife.
I don't know. You look
so much out of you, man. Look at Biden. Look at Obama. Even Obama, he's in great shape, but he looks like he's so worn. After 2 terms. It's
tough.
It's
okay,
a thankless job.
24 hours. You're stuck.
President.
You're stuck 24 hours in a room with no windows, no food, just water and a toilet with these 3 group of people. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I know where Brad's going. You're stuck with, and these are all people that have shows. You're stuck with Sarah Gilbert, Sharon Osbourne. I don't know who the other 2 ladies are, but they have a show together. That's one. Okay. Then you're stuck with the women from The View. Okay. This is 24 hours in a room with no wind and no nothing. Or you're stuck with all these idiots. I know Brad hates a couple of them. All these male talk show guys: Colbert, Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, James Corden, and Trevor Noah. Where are you going, Brad?
Corden, love him.
To the guys?
He moved back to England. He was phenomenal. Likeable, smart. He could sing. He did it all. But he was so, and you left one guy out who is my all-time hero, Conan O'Brien. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Well,
right?
These are the group. These are the people I'm bracking you with. Conan O'Brien's easy.
It would have been nice if you can, we had a sit down about that, but that's okay. You're the boss.
No, I like you improv. What about you, JB?
I gotta go with Trevor Noah and the guys. So yeah, definitely. I've always liked Trevor since he took over the Daily Show. Then he did a few stand-up comedy routines as well. So I think he's pretty uber talented guy. So it's like, yeah, I would love to spend 24 hours with all those guys. I mean, you'd be a barrel of laughs. I guess you'd be holding your stomach the whole time when you with those guys, because they'll have you laughing the whole 24 hours.
I'm gonna go with the women from The View, because if I'm stuck 24 hours in a room with nothing but water and conversation, I'm a sick bastard, been married so long, never cheated on my wife. What if one of these women, and I wouldn't want it to be Joy Behar, but what if one of these women said, you know what, Fish, nothing's ever get out of this room. What if they all attacked me? And no one knew about it. You want to be in a room with Trevor Noah and he attacks you in a room?
Are you dreaming? Are you dreaming, Fish? That would never happen to you, sir.
You never know. Joy Behar might come after me, but I would fight her off.
But for other reasons.
You really don't think I could? You don't think I can handle that, Brad?
No, never.
Probably right. All right. That was our little game. We'll get fishgrunny1@gmail.com. Let us know who you think you want to hang out with, presidential-wise, going back in history, hanging out, going clubbing one night, or stuck in a room. New Year's resolutions. This is our New Year's show. JB, we love you. We want you to be a big part of this in 2025. Do you do a New Year's resolution, both you guys? And how long does it take you to stick to it?
I do, but it always kind of falls short, kind of midway through the year, a couple of months into the year, and getting away from it. So I've already started with my New Year's resolution before New Year's. So it's like, to me, it's like getting in the best shape and getting in the best health I can. So I've already started that prior to the New Year's, because I say in 2025 I want to be my most healthiest, and I want to be in the best shape that I can in 2025.
Good.
For me, it's always the same. Your health is your wealth. Take care of your health. But if you can't bring positivity and love into my life, you're gone. I got rid of a lot of people in my life. It was the best thing I ever did. Jealousy, toxicity, all this bullshit. Jealousy is a disease, and I'm done with the people that are jealous. I hate jealous people. I remember this comedian who came up to me at the LA Comedy Cabaret. All right, Carlos Mencia. I'm Carlos Mencia. And he says to me, hey, Johnny Cocktails, I saw that commercial you were in. I go, is it national? I go, oh, no, Carlos, it was a small regional. He lit up like a Christmas tree. He walks away, and then my buddy was standing next to me. I go, it was a big-time national. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm happy for people, right? When Fish gets, when his beautiful wife Vicky buys him new underwear, I'm excited for him. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. This guy, he went commando for so long, and now he's wearing underwear. Thank God. How about you, Fish? How about you?
Two things: sugar and masturbation. I have to cut down on both, and that's a New Year's resolution. I'll last with one of those about 30 seconds. We all do it. I get emails. Why do you talk about it? Because you do it. I had an email from two people that said, I go, do you do it? They said, yes. Well, then do a podcast and you don't have to talk about it. So yeah, I do. And I'm with Brad. I think in the world we live in, and JB, you come in the bar and you see it. There's some JB says hi to every single person that walks in that bar. He could be a bartender. And you're the same way, Brad. But there's a lot of miserable people out there, not in the bar, but there's miserable people out there. If we could bring if we could bring laughter, Brad and Brad's got a lot of projects going, and we're going to do a movie together, hopefully. It's all about, man. We have a lot of changes coming in 225. We have a new 2025. We have a new president coming in less than 30 days, and we need a lot of positivity and hope. That's it. I mean, what else is there, Brad? I mean,
it doesn't matter how much money you have. Your health is your love, and I'm telling you, I tell people in my lift car, I'm not a millionaire in money, but I'm a millionaire in happiness. And that's what it's all about. Who cares?
Good.
Have you ever seen a U-Haul hooked up to the back of a hearse? No.
Right? No, never.
When you're in the coffin, they don't put your money on top of you and lower you in the ground. Wake the fuck up, everybody. Help
and
people.
take it with you.
Exactly.
Well, one moniker. Here we go. Yeah. One moniker I can't stand that I disagree with. I was watching a sitcom way a long time ago, and I remember one of the lines was, "Well, I'd rather be poor and happy than rich and miserable. I'd rather be a little bit miserable, have money. I could get happy with if you had money, But you're right, Brad. Brad, how many people do you know that have a ton of money? Tons, and they're just shitheads.
I have buddies of mine who work for their father-in-law, multimillionaires, and they look at me and they say, "Hey, Brad, I envy you. You went for your dream." Listen, being an actor is not easy. Nothing's easy in life, And these guys say, "I really envy you. I can't stand this. I can't stand that." Oh, you have $10 million in the bank. He goes, "It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter." So that I live my life the way I want to live it. Don't do it for your parents. Don't do it for your grandparents. Don't do it from anybody but yourself. If you want to be a garbage man, be a garbage man, the best garbage man. If you want to be a manicurist, be the best. It doesn't matter. We all put our pants on the same, right? Except Fish. He puts underwear on now. But the bottom line is, life is simple. If you just do the right thing, don't F anybody, and just live your life happy, positive, and just give love. That's what
Hey, JB, I got to add, you're right, 1,000%. Amen. I have to answer the question.
First of all, can I add to that? I think I was
going to ask you a question, but go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to add to that a little bit. It's like, it's like when once you brought everything that you could buy and you're still not happy with life and things like this, is part of the reason why, and I hate to bring this up, like P. Diddy and these guys like that. It's like once you did everything that you can do with money and things of this nature, your fame and all that stuff, then you get into weird stuff and you start getting into trouble. You start doing things that you don't supposed to be doing. It's like all because of money. You know what I'm saying? Definitely doesn't make you that much happier. It gets you the things that you need. We can show millionaires how to live off the money that we make, and you know what I'm saying, but we're happy. You know what I'm saying? And these guys do millions and millions of dollars, and they can't figure out how to be happy with the millions of dollars that they have. So
yes, example, Fish, Steve Jobs, he invented the iPhone, a multi-billionaire, right? And he got cancer, and he could go to the Mars to find a doctor anywhere. He went to other countries. He did all this stuff.
Went to space.
He went to space, exactly. And he had a kidney replacement, and then cancer got him. So it doesn't matter how much money you have,
No.
Just be a regular.
Well, first of all, you mentioned something about Fish wearing pants. You're a prognosticator, JB. What are the odds on wearing pants right now?
I'll say 85. I'll say 30% you wearing pants right now.
Bet the under. Bet the under. The new underwear that he was talking about feels nice and measured. One last question for you guys. And I know what Brad's is, but he always touches it positive. I want to hear it again. But go bucket list. I mean, Brad's 38, but JB and I are, we're getting to the age where we got to get up 4 times in the middle of the night, take a leak. So, what's your bucket list, JB? Do you have one?
I really do. The first on my bucket list is to stay married as long as I can. It's like once I was married prior, and then I met my wife. And I was saying, basically it's like this is the last time I'm going to do it, so I'm going to make this one last forever. So it's like, and you see how we interact with each other at the bar and things like that. So it's like,
Phenomenal.
this is the one. This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I'm happy. I'm ready to, push all the chips in on this one right here. So that's what I'm doing. I want to travel. I've done it while I was in the military, but there's a difference between when you doing it for your job and have to go to these places to travel. But I want to do a lot of traveling with my wife. And then, hey, one day I would love to meet, a president in person. I've never done that before.
Wait, what branch of the military did you serve?
Navy.
Oh man, thank you for your service.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I always say I could
Brad,
never be in the military. Yeah, I couldn't be in the military because I would like John Candy. I come up. Where's the mess hall? That wouldn't work for me. But no, you
could be in the military. Unlimited food.
Where do I sign?
Yeah. What's your bucket list, Brad?
Bucket list: continue positivity and love. Preach that to anybody I talk to. Stay away from the negativity, the jealousy. I have a lot of projects that I'm really excited about. I don't want to give any kind of horrors. That's Yiddish for my grandma. Don't talk about it before it happens. So I'm really excited, and I've been working so hard for many years with my writing partner, and we got some great stuff coming up. And I just hope one lands, because in show business, if one lands, they come and go, what else you got on the shelf? We want it all, that kind of thing. So I'm just excited about 2025. It's a clean slate, baby. You start afresh, And I want to wish everybody a happy, healthy New Year. I think Donald Trump's going to take over. I just hope everything goes well for everybody and your dreams come true.
Yeah.
Fish?
What about you, Fish?
Bucket, same thing. You know what, JB? We kind of rival each other. I want to travel. I've been to Europe. There's some state. I've never been to Washington, D.C. So that's my bucket list. I want to see. You probably have, but I've been to many places in Europe and the Middle East, and definitely travel and live out the rest of my life with my wife, happy and healthy. Watch the kids grow up. There's not much that I haven't done. One thing about bartending that I tell everyone, they said, "Why do you still do it?" I get to meet people like JB. I met you both. I met both you guys because of a bar, and most of my friends, and you did too.
Yes.
So that's what I want. There's not much. There's not much I could ask for. Health. Bucket list.
Life is very simple. Yeah, I just don't want any stress. Just want my parents to be happy and healthy. Take them all the way to the end. Yeah. And, no bullshit. You're going to come into my life because your life is shit. You're going to take it out on me.
Oh, I have one more. Yeah. This is very important.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. Brad's lucky. Our favorite sports teams won championships when we were kids. I saw the Raiders win 3 championships, 17, 20, and 23. My son is first of all, my son's a diehard Raider fan. He's never seen them win a playoff game, guys. Never. He's 33 years old the other day, and the last time he won a playoff game, he was 10. I like to see the Raiders at least win a playoff game. It's a bucket list. Because it's been so bad with the Raiders, 30 out of 35. You're a diehard sports fan. Brad, with the Warriors, you've had so much success. Look at your teams, JB. Look at your teams. You love the Eagles and you love the Phillies. They have success.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Raiders are a disaster, but we still love our teams. It shows loyalty, right?
Yeah. I never thought I'd get to see the Eagles win a championship. In 2017, it was like the greatest thing ever to me, because it's like, we get close and we never get there. And then once we finally got there, we got there with Donovan, but it's like, he was playing Brady, and we lost to Brady the first time we was in a championship. And then we get there again in 17 and it's Brady again. So it's like, what gives? But then we finally beat Brady. So it was good to me.
Philly, I got to go to Philly because my little brother from my fraternity in Arizona, University of Arizona, Perry Milo, he lives in Philly. I got to get there. I hear it's the greatest town ever.
Yeah.
It's
and
really
Fish, you definitely have to get to DC.
Never been there. Never. Never.
DC
I took
too,
the
yeah.
family on the East Coast trip a few years ago, and we went to DC. We spent a couple of days in DC, went to Smithsonian and all
Uh,
I got a
the
great
museums there.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Great idea. When we
Yeah.
get monetized one day,
Yeah.
Brad and I will do an East Coast tour, and we'll
Yeah.
do Philly, New York, and Washington D.C. I've been to New York, Washington D.C. Imagine Brad and I just doing and you're with us, JB, just
Mm.
walking around restaurants to people, interviewing. Hey
Wait
Joey,
a
what's the
minute.
score of the
No,
Yankee game? What?
I won't
What?
travel with you. I don't travel with you. JB and I will go on a vacation with his family. And JB, do me a favor. Please adopt me. Please.
All right.
Okay.
Well, you
I
know
wanna
what
be
you
like
know what
the
you'll do with
Jerk.
you, Brad.
Steve Martin in The Jerk. What?
JB and I will drive the hearse. You could be in the U-Haul in the back.
Oh my God. JB, we love having you on the show, buddy.
Thanks, brothers.
We're going to do it more in
A
2025.
lot more in 2025.
Looking
You're going to be
forward
our
to
guy,
it.
man. You're going to be part of us.
Family.
Yeah,
And get the
looking forward to
Philly
it,
thing
guys.
going. Get the Philly thing going, baby. Come on.
Yeah, we got to. We got to.
You gotta
Yeah.
do it. Let's not talk about it. Let's do it. Let's get the shirts. Let's get going, baby. You're
All
so
right.
good. You're so likable. I don't even know why you're hanging out with Fish, but that's another story for another show.
Because
He's
you know
a good
why?
guy too.
You know why he hangs out with the fish? Because I got that thing.
I like it. I like it. That
Love
works
you, man.
for me.
Yeah, we love you
Thanks,
guys,
buddy.
man.
We'll
See you
in
soon.
2025.
All right, see you soon.
What a guy. What a guy.
That's great. Great show. Great insight.
Yeah.
He's one of us. He grew up in our era. Well, my era, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Another bucket list I have is to do something in the entertainment industry. Both my parents, my mom, my stepdad, 35 years in the entertainment. My mom a costumer.
What did your mom do? What did your dad do?
She was a costumer at Paramount. So she did all the Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley.
Wow.
And she did
Cheers.
Cheers and Taxi. You remember those shows, Mork and Mindy?
Yes, of course.
Then she did movies. She did other shows and stuff like that. And my
your
stepdad, Neil, who's still alive, God bless him, 89 years old. He won an Emmy for being a technical director at the Miracle on Ice game in 1980 Olympics.
Neil.
One of the greatest sports scenes in American history.
He
and
was
he worked
there?
at ABC. He worked for the American Broadcasting Company for 36 years. Look at you.
Wow.
You've been in the industry for 30, 40 years. I want to do something. Whether it's
We'll
writer,
see what we
act.
can do. Just do me a favor. Don't talk so much. But anyway, that would be fun. Be on the set, maybe of this movie, Slices. And, we just don't want you to talk so much. No, you just do me one favor. Here's your New Year's resolution. Take more of a 5-minute, maybe a 10-minute shower. Can you do it? Not the 5-minute military shower you're so proud of. Relax. Put some hot water to the back of your neck. Come on, shave your body as you do. Shave your ball sack, all the good stuff. Yeah.
It doesn't relax me. What relaxes me is what you're doing with your dad when you get to shave and the manicure and the pedicures. Watching a good show and having a tub of ice cream in front of me relaxes me.
Okay, all right.
But
like
taking a shower, look, the water conservationists love me. I don't. Done.
Love you. Wait,
what do you do? What do you do for
Let's
20 minutes in a shower? If you're not jerking off, what do you do in a shower?
Let's do it together.
Yeah, do it together. Hey, honey, get ready. Brad's coming for Thanksgiving. He likes my sister. But,
Are you done? Are you done?
Yeah.
When did it start? Love you, Fish.
Now, we're going to get you a girlfriend in 2025.
Your sister's gorgeous. Oh my God.
Blow up dolls don't count.
She doesn't want me? Okay.
Everyone
Make
wants
her
you.
laugh. I'm a fat, funny guy. You told me she's a great cook.
She's everything.
Oh, that's sweet.
But, look, as your grandmother Nanny would say, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
True. Speaking of Nanny, I want to show you one of my favorite pictures of us. Oh, man. I miss her every day. But you know what? She's talking to me in my ear, telling me, I told you so. I told you so. I go, yeah, Nanny, you did tell me so.
Can I give you one quick story about my grandmother? Maybe your grandmother. My grandmother was never good at etiquette in the form of, if you gave her a present, like she'd open the present and she'd look at the sweater and goes, I already have this, take it back. It was never, thank you. Was your grandmother like that? Or was she,
gift? My nanny never bought anything. So I said, Nanny, you go to the maid company and buy sheets every 10 years. Okay, new sheets. I got her first pair of tennis shoes. She loved Reebok because she used to walk from her apartment all the way to Hughes Market in Beverly Hills. And I go, Nanny, come on. She goes, I like the shoes. You don't have to get me new ones. I go, Nanny, I have to get you new ones. Okay. All right. It's a mitzvah. Okay. Just enjoy. And she'd scream at me, don't spend the money. Don't spend the money. I go, Nanny, I am going to spend the money and you're going to wear the new shoes. And she loved, of course, when she puts them on, oh my God, these feel better than the other ones. Listen, my grandma was incredible. She did put away for a rainy day, but I treated her. Best story is Reuben's prime rib. I think I told you about this. It was in Universal City, and it was on Ventura. Yeah, and come off Barham, and she loved it because no tip. I mean, you tipped. She goes, don't leave them more than 15%. I go, Nanny, you loved it. Prime rib, salad, warm bread, and dessert for $15.95, right? But of course, when she walks away, I slipped him a 20. I mean, that's the bottom line. We're in the service business, Fish. You know how that goes. But my grandma was so special, and she really appreciated everything I did. By the way,
you did it.
Yeah.
Because you appreciate everything she did. They're so.
Absolutely.
It's grandmothers are like dogs. They're unconditional love. My grandmother. Here's an irony. Yeah, I love my grandmother. She was the best. Such a great influence in my life. Both of them. She worked for 34 years at the May Company on Fairfax and Wilshire. And you bring up the May Company out of nowhere,
Oh my
She probably sold your grandmother sheets every 10 years.
Probably did. It hit her sick. By the way, the last words I had with my grandma were, she was in the hospital. She had cancer had moved to her liver. And she said, get me out of bed. Okay, Nanny. So I got her out of bed. I put her in the chair. And all of a sudden she came alive and she looked at me. And her eyes were big and brown. And she goes, I just want to tell you something. I always get emotional. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have lived as long.
Yeah. Wow.
It's tough, man. Yeah. She was quite a lady. Wow. She lost her husband, my grandpa, at 55. He was 55. And she never dated a little bit, but she said she had the best husband ever. So.
Feel your emotion. Look what you do for your parents.
What?
Look what you do for your parents. You did for your grandmother. So good things will happen. Good things will happen.
I hope so. I don't do it for that. You know how we talk about it.
You don't do it. No, you don't.
Yeah,
like I said, we do things for people without any notoriety. I do. I do a lot, but I don't care. I do it because I want to do it.
No, we don't talk about it. We're humble and grateful and blessed. And the bottom line is, I take care of my parents because, usually families put their grandparents or their parents in a home and wait to read the will. They don't go see them. That's the horrible thing that I see around. I can't believe it. I go, how do you not visit? Go see them. They're not going to be here forever.
Well, so wait a minute. Let's talk. You do a great mitzvah, right? But we've had to put people in homes because the dementia is so bad. You can't take care of them. You cannot physically take care of them, and you go down with them. But we want to leave this on a high note. This is our last show. Our last show of 2024. It's been a wonderful run. With this guy. 2025. Well, Brad's probably going to lead the show because it'd be so big. But you'll see my face.
Where? At Chuck's Tavern.
Yeah.
And thank you to the owners of Chuck's Tavern to get this guy off the streets. Unbelievable. How many years? 17 you've been working there?
I've been in the company 19, but I've been with Chuck's Tavern exactly 5 years.
Wow. Oh, great.
Yeah. Yeah. So
they're lucky.
All right, buddy.
You. Hey, let's say one last thing. You start.
Again, everyone that's out there that watches and listens, we appreciate you. We appreciate the support. We're trying like hell to get this thing monetized so we could have, be in a studio together. But we want to entertain you, and that's what we try to do. We might not agree with everything that we say. I hear it on some of the emails, but we're transparent, and that's our narrative. And I couldn't do it. Like Nanny couldn't do it. I couldn't do it without that guy.
The best thing that ever happened to me. 91 shows ago, I reconnected with you after so many years. And, there's no coincidences. Your podcast partner had to move on, and mine did too. But I love Lauren and John Daly, and this was all meant to be. It's all meant to be. And I just want to say one last thing, everybody. Don't give up. If you're down and out, my dad always said, tomorrow's a brand new day. We have a brand new year. Don't ever give up, okay?
No.
Don't ever give up. Dave Linden, take us home.
You've been listening to the Fat Fish Podcast, heard on all your favorite platforms. Until next time.
Danny, I love you.